Hi, Angie here. Welcome to Training to Thrive, Episode 3. Today, we're going to cover how to embrace life transitions and create ideal days. I'm going to share with you 5 main seeds that, when planted and nurtured, can help change the trajectory of your life. And guess what? We're actually going to plant seeds. This is some organic and natural potting mix. And what we're going to do is we're going to plant these red bell pepper seeds. So let's begin by planting seed 1. Make peace with where you are. So a lot of us are in the middle of a transition where we have already experienced the ending of something and are now in the process of discovering or finding our own way in order to step more fully into the beginning of something new. And sometimes when going through transitions, we may experience a bit of friction, where part of us wishes certain things could stay the same, such as wishing or wanting certain ways of doing things or certain aspects of your personality or character traits to stay the same, wishing or wanting certain good qualities of a person, place, or thing to remain unchanged. It is essential to recognize that whatever you are wanting to stay the same but is no longer the same has already served its purpose. You're not the same person you were last year, especially a few months ago. And so you will naturally have beliefs, patterns of behavior, people, places, and things that you will outgrow. The key to moving through transitions, finding your own ways, and creating ideal days is to meet yourself exactly where you are at this point in your life and make peace with where you are. Meaning, not dwelling on the past or wishing things could be different or thinking you shouldn't be where you are now. So the way to discover and step into a new you is by making peace with the formal you, the past aspect of you that is causing any friction. Whether it be mindset friction, environmental friction, physical, occupational, financial, or emotional friction. And we make peace by going inward, by holding space to acknowledge and feel whatever's going on inside all the way through. In other words, we move through whatever's going on by completely relaxing into it, by relaxing in the midst of it. That's how emotions pass through and how you can move through it. So that opening of the heart, that embrace has to take place in order to transform any part of you that is perhaps resisting where you are now. Being fully present with an emotion and allowing yourself to feel it all the way through is what frees it and helps heal you. And just know that feeling uncertain, a little lost, unbalanced, or not in control can happen when going through transitions. So be kind and gentle to yourself, what you're going through isn't easy. You've had to make choices that took a lot of courage, right? You're healing your past and letting go of people, places, and environments that have already served their purpose. Your perception and how you see the world around you is changing. So be cool with you. You're in a new place, getting to know a new part of you. Seed number 2. Follow your inner compass and do what feels true to you. So the way to design your life and actually live ideal days is by staying firmly rooted in only saying yes to people, places, and things that align with your vision, goals, and dreams. Only saying yes to people and doing things that you like, enjoy, feel good about, or love. A helpful tip would be to ask yourself, is what I'm about to do going to help reach the outcome that I want? Or is what I'm about to do going to influence more of what I don't want? We gotta make sure that the things that we do and the yeses that we say are not based on guilt or feeling obligated to. When we make ourselves do something that we don't want to do or feel right about, it often turns into resentment, blame, or regret because we didn't want to do that thing to begin with, right? So our practice is to try not to take on things that cause unnecessary friction. You see, we've spent too much of our lives trying to please others. We've been trying to meet quotas, live up to people's standards, satisfy their goals, live according to their agenda without nourishing ourselves. Part of this is due to growing up in a culture that encourages us to people please. Some of us even grew up in homes where we were told to lower our voice, to be quiet, not to question, and just do as you are told, right? I mean, we've heard this in other areas too. Just think of other environments or social institutions where you hear this, to be quiet, not to question, and just do as you are told. So I know it can be challenging to explore the opposite of this, which is to nourish yourself first, honor your needs, vocalize what you feel, and do what you truly want to do. If we allow ourselves to explore this more deeply, we will find that by following your inner compass and doing what feels true to you actually helps others. By nourishing yourself first, you have more to give, and you're much more nicer. By vocalizing what you feel and doing what you truly want to do inspires others to do the same and encourages healthier connections. You know, you become magnetic. People will be drawn to you because you're living authentically, feeling more empowered, right? Feeling more fulfilled, more lighter in your body, an increase in mental clarity because you're not bogged down by mental clutter of the past. And so you will naturally radiate peace, joy, contentment, and genuinely become more considerate of others. Your interactions turn into shared enjoyments. Your giving or serving others becomes unconditional. And to think, if I, Angie Sierra, did the opposite of C2 and just conformed, did what I was told, not question, and be quiet, I wouldn't be here recording this, right? Now, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, whether it's due to my appearance, my approach, or the way I am, but I would rather be disliked for who I am than liked for something I'm not. So again, the practice for C2 is to only say yes to people, places, and things that feel right to you, that you like, enjoy, feel good about, love, and anything that is in the vicinity. That's a word, right? Vicinity. Anything that is in the vicinity of your vision, goals, and dreams. Sometimes words come out that I don't really use, but they feel right, so I just say them. Which would be a perfect example of me following my inner guidance. The sun's coming in. Let me close it real quick. Better? Better. Seed number 3. Take one step in the direction of your vision, goals, and dreams. So, what is the vision, the goal, or the dream that is presenting itself to you right now? Wait for it. Once you see the next best thing for you to embody, notice the step that the vision, goal, or dream is calling for you to take next. It's useful to know that taking a step doesn't always mean doing something tangible, right? If you've been going and doing, maybe the next step is to stop, to go inward, feel emotions, or rest in your stillness. A step could also mean sharing and expressing how you feel, if that's not something, you're used to doing. It's something that may feel uncomfortable, but it's the next best step for you to take. Is there anything you would like to stop doing, do less of, do more of? Something that is also good to know is that often the next step is the one that we're procrastinating on. I know. Sometimes we purposely do a bunch of things to make us feel like we're getting stuff done, but are in fact avoiding and procrastinating on the very thing we know that has to be done. So let's stop wasting time on being unnecessarily busy. The difference between being busy and being productive is that being productive means focusing on things that matter the most, directing your attention on one step at a time, and completing it. It's not about spinning a bunch of plates and saying yes to everything, feeling overwhelmed and burning out. And you don't have to wait to complete your entire project or goal in order to feel productive, accomplished, or successful. Every single step you take that gets you closer to your vision, goal, or dream is a productive step, is an accomplished step, is a successful step. The great news is that the next productive step has already showed itself to you. That step is now waiting for you to show up for it. So, what are you waiting for? You have worked too hard. You have come too far. Everything that you've moved through, everything that you've accomplished and overcome, right, has prepared you for this very moment. Don't you see that one step led you to listening to this? By the way, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank that one step. I love you, man. I love you. Thank you for showing up for us. Thank you for being so persistent. And thank you for not giving up on us. And now, back to you. If there is a bit of friction within yourself where it feels like you're being pulled in like two different directions, it is because there is conflict with the two opposites of you, two opposing parts of you, perhaps the old self and the new self. In this case, I'd ask, what's something that you can do to step more boldly into the new you? What's something that you'd like to do, need to do, or change in order to make room for the new you? Embodying what you want, what you really, really want, and getting to know a new part of yourself takes awareness and it takes courage. By simply taking one step towards the vision, goal, or dream, you are saying yes to that new self and allowing it to emerge. Now, here's where many of us stumble, where we fall off the wagon. It is that we take a step once or for a few days, but then we stop. And when we stop, we often revert back to our old ways. Here's why. Thoughts and emotions create chemical expressions in the brain and body. And so the body, with its what we call muscle memory, and the brain with its neural circuits, causes us to repeat the same pattern, which leads us to seed number 4, which is to make a habit of that one specific step. See, life's all about habits, right? If we don't replace what we want to change with something we want, the brain and body go back to what they know, regardless if it's doing something productive or not, creating a habit that serves you or not. The more you do it, the better you become. So we want to take one step, the one step that we took in C3, and turn it into a habitual step. Your job is not to try to figure it all out and know every exact detail and thing to do. Your part is simply to show up to one step and keep showing up to that one step. Consistency is key. Consistency is key for transformation. And being fueled by your vision, goal, and dream breeds more consistency. I'm going to share with you a powerful technique that you can use to help turn a single step into a habitual step on the next video. Just kidding. So the way to continuously show up to one step is by setting up your environment and putting things in place to make sure that you automatically do that particular step over and over again. So pick something you want to start doing, prepare ahead of time, and set up your environment by putting things in place to help make it as easy as possible for you to do that thing you want to start doing. And once it becomes a routine, becomes part of your day or something you do once a week, then and only then do you introduce another step, which takes us to seed 5. Repeat. So we go back to seed 1. Make peace with where you are by embracing any friction. Then seed 2. Follow your inner compass and do what feels true for you. Seed 3. Take one step in the direction of your vision, goals, and dreams. Seed 4. Make a habit of that one step. And seed 5. Repeat. This is how you create ideal days, by building upon these seeds. And life transitions is a perfect time to plant these seeds. Life transitions allows you to get to know who you are now, discover what you want now, try new things, meet new people, set new goals, put in place new habits, establish new boundaries, right? This time can also be utilized for renewal, to get quiet, go inward, to get clarity, to declutter, simplify, and set up your own environment the way you want. It is really such an opportunity to design and build your life the way you want to live it, starting from where you are now. I'm going to share with you one more magical gem that has guided me towards experiencing many amazing, unexpected, synchronistic moments. And that magical gem is to trust. I have learned to have such an immense trust in the process, in my inner guidance. It just really lightens the load when you let go. When you trust, you don't have to control so much, worry so much, stress so much, because there's an instant acceptance for what is and a knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Now, we've heard of the saying, trust the process, right? Well, part of trusting the process is also trusting the struggle. Trusting that the struggle is moving you to where you want to be. So I thank the struggle, the hard times, the difficulties. Maybe not so much while I'm in it, because I might be too busy kicking and screaming. But that's why I have to make sure that I don't stay there, that I move through it. When we move through it, we get clarity and understand why that unpleasant thing had to happen. But if I don't move through it, if I keep watering the struggle, watering the difficulty, watering the self-destructive thoughts, then it grows into a habit and part of who I become. This can also be seen as a form of addiction, where one can become addicted to the struggle, to suffering, to destructive thoughts. Maybe you know someone who, no matter how well their life is going, or how much they've overcome, or how good something can feel in the moment, to that person, there's always something wrong. They've been responding, answering, talking, living a particular way for so long that it's become part of their identity. I know someone, myself. We've all been there and done this at some point or another. And it is partly due to the chemical rush our brain and body gets from doing something familiar and safe, even if it doesn't feel good or serve us. But we can change this by not staying there, by not wallowing in it for very long. Trust that the struggle is there to help move you, to help switch things up, to help propel you forward and evolve. Life isn't trying to go against you. Life is and has always been for you. Obstacles, challenges, difficulties are not happening to us. They are happening for us. There is revenue in struggle, courage in conflict, and gains to be made in challenges. My sweet friend, you have came here to earth already equipped with everything you need to move through your challenges, overcome obstacles, and create a life that you enjoy living. Life's heard your call, knows exactly what it is that you want, knows the dreams, the goals, aspirations you have. Why do you think you're going through this specific transition? Your true self, your inner compass, has set things in place to help move you towards what you want, and will communicate with you in ways such as this, such as listening to this episode, just to let you know that you're on track. You listening to this is not a coincidence. So, embrace transitions, make peace with where you are, follow your inner compass, take a step towards your vision, goals, and dreams, make a habit of that step, and repeat. Is it easy? No, not always. Does it work? Most definitely. These are seeds that I've put together, have lived by for many years. And now I teach, guide, and coach clients on how to do the same thing and live ideal days. And my intention for this episode was to give you the framework, the groundwork, as a way to help and support you along your path. So I invite you to simply notice ideal moments throughout your day. When you're in moments that you love, embrace them. Embrace yourself in the feeling of it and acknowledge that you're living an ideal moment. Because whatever you appreciate appreciates. Like for me, I'm literally exactly where I want to be right now, which is connecting with you. To me, like being in this moment here with you is a perfect moment. And we can begin to have more ideal moments by appreciating this very moment. Well, my sweet friend, I hope you enjoyed this episode. You are welcome to share it with those you care about. If you would like to help support what I'm doing here with this holistic series, any donations are graciously accepted through my PayPal link located in the description box. Thank you so much for your time. I love you, and I'll see you on the next episode.